All right, let's take a couple minutes, talk about intercoat abrasion when we're dealing with water-based sealers and finishes. So the first thing we want to do as far as that goes is just keep everything clean, because if we've done a good job of that and we don't feel we need to do any abrasion, which is really what we're after, just put on another coat after we maybe tack it off to get rid of any residual dust, then we're preserving, the full protection and depth of that sealer and finish that we've already put on the floor. But sometimes then, we're walking the floor, we might see some debris here or a hair there or whatever, and then how do we want to take care of that?
Yeah, so some of the options when you don't have to do full abrasion, you can do some spot touch-ups. The nib files really work great. They come in a coarse and a fine, what we call kind of aggressiveness, but you would use these just to kind of take off some of the, if there's some debris in there, and instead of you trying to pick it out, which can cause it to roll over, this will really just shave the top of that debris off and give you a nice smooth surface, and then you may have to go back in and just kind of touch it up with the right sheen. Another option, if you need to do, a bigger area and kind of, do a little bit more abrasion, the maroon pad being 320 grit, that'll normally help flatten out some of the imperfections that you may see around the floor without having to buff the whole floor. And then if you need to be a little bit more aggressive, you can use a select grade of diamond, whether it be the 180 or the 240, that would typically get that done. Anytime you do any kind of spot abrasion, you'd always want to follow up with the wet tack rag. That way you can kind of go over that area and it'll kind of let you know whether or not that repair was a success.
And sometimes using those, right, in combination. So I may use the nib file to take something down, then I may maroon pad that area just to spread that out a little more. But again, just walking the floor, doing spot areas is really, mostly what we do on most of the jobs, because we usually do a nice job of keeping things clean, because we don't want to just cause more work for ourselves. And then, of course, the final cleanup to get ready to put down that next coat is going to be, tacking. So if we have had to do no further abrasion, we're still going to do a dry or a wet tack just to get any residual dust off the floor that's fallen since that last coat went down. And even if we've done some spot abrasion, still going to go through then with a wet or dry tack, same thing, just to get any other residual dust. If we might have missed a little bit that we created here with the vacuuming and the hand tacking, want to get rid of that, and then we're ready to put down the next coat. So that's how you handle zero abrasion and trying to avoid full abrasion. We'll go over the different methods for full abrasion in another video.